Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you have a nice Sunday morning. I have been joined by my mum, Aisha Adil. We are going to be talking about kindness and resilience together. Well,
Sorry, Talya, I just muted you because it was a bit funny in the background. Sorry, carry on.
we're going to be talking about kindness and resilience. Mum, why do you think we should all be resilient?
Why do you think we should all be resilient? Oh gosh, I didn't expect that question. We should all be resilient because there's always going to be times when things are not going to go our way, and there's always going to be times that people will upset us. And if we're not resilient, then we will be not able to cope with it as well. Does that make sense?
Yes,
What do you think about it?
I think that's correct. And it's a good thing that you should always be resilient.
How would people know when you're being resilient?
Because, as an example, if someone's being mean to you and then you just fight back, you're not like it's not showing that you can ignore them and you're not being that resilient. So if you ignore them and then you walk off, it will show that you're resilient and you don't want to fight back.
So resilience in the sense of, oh, I don't really care what they're saying. I'm just going to walk away because they're not worth my breath.
Yeah,
So when you're at school, or generally when kids are at school, how often do they need to show that they're resilient?
lots because there are so many mean kids that could be in the school.
Really?
Yeah,
Who's generally more mean, the girls or the boys?
mm, half and half.
Oh, that's very Switzerland of you, very diplomatic. Why? Tell me about it.
Because girls and boys could be mean together. There's lots of boys in my school that are very mean, and there's lots of girls in my school that are very rude.
So what do you do about that?
I ignore them and walk off.
You ignore them and walk off.
Yeah,
Are you able to do that?
yeah.
So how come you're able to do that and some kids aren't?
Be- maybe because I don't know how to explain it, but like it might be because well, I know how to explain why we should do that,
Yeah.
but like
But how come you're so resilient?
because I don't want anyone to carry on being mean to me. Because if you just walk off straight away, they'll know that you're not interested in mean children.
Mm, okay. What else do you think? What other strengths do you need to be able to go to school and not show that you're really upset all the time? Like if someone's being mean to you.
To show that you're not upset, one, you can tell a teacher if they're always doing it to you, and two, if it's their first time being rude to you, just walk off.
Oh, so if it's the first time, then you just walk away. But if it keeps going on and on and on, then
Tell
make
the
sure you.
teacher, but while it's happening, walk off. So walk off every time. But if they
Yeah.
carry on doing it, tell the teacher.
Okay,
Like,
I got
tell
you.
Granny.
All right. What about if they're really bullying you? What should you do?
At some schools, there are yellow cards or cards that you can go tell another teacher privately.
Mhm.
But uh, or if you don't have it, you can tell a teacher, or you can write a letter to your teacher.
Okay, so there's lots of different ways of communicating that. Okay. All right, I get it. What about you wanted to talk a little bit about homelessness, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, what did you want to say about that?
I wanted to say that it's not really fair that people don't have a home, but but some people have a home,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also sad because they don't because some people don't have food, but we have food.
So why do you think people are made homeless?
I'm not really sure.
Or do you think it's everyone's responsibility why they're homeless, or do you think that most of the time they did it to themselves?
Or maybe, or maybe they might have had a house, but they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't pay the taxes or something a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then they ended up being homeless because they couldn't pay for a house maybe.
Yeah, could be. And also sometimes people really struggle to pay and look after themselves for because they lost a job.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's other things going on. So what do you think the solution is?
you can. The solution might be you can carry on working harder, but you can carry on trying to work harder and harder and try um and like work harder and harder, but like try work harder and harder in order for it to work.
But what do you think we can do, people that are not homeless, to help people who are homeless?
We can give money to charity.
Yeah, what else can we do?
We can sell toys that we don't really play with anymore. We can sell maybe like maybe maybe we can give away like little toys that we make, like
Yes.
Lego toys.
So what would we do with that money?
Uh, with the money that we give to the homeless people.
Yeah. What should we do with that money?
Try carry on saving it up in order to buy food and a home.
So do you think charities should invest in building new homes where we
Yeah,
can put homeless people in there and give them jobs?
of course we should do that.
Yeah, so let's imagine that there's a new village with a really cool name. Don't know what it is, but a really cool name. And in this village, it's all the people that were homeless, and they now have jobs and they're being taken care of and they're happier. Would that be something you'd like to see?
Yes,
So,
of
how can we
course.
make that happen? What do we all need to do to make that happen?
Send lots of money to charity, or maybe work all together to make lots of more houses, and then homeless people can live there. Lots of beautiful houses.
Yeah, I completely agree. So we all need to work together. Yeah, Tara says hello, by the way. Talya, look. Hi, Talya and Aisha. Hi, Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Yeah, there's lots of things that we can do if the money is spent in the right place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's lots of money kind of being sent to places where they don't exactly make the most of it.
yeah.
So imagine we had a big pot of money and we actually built things, houses, which became homes.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't it just? What else means a lot to you?
Uh, maybe maybe what means a lot to me is that maybe I see like maybe if they win things, or like maybe if they win lots of money to get lots of things, and like
Who?
homeless people. like to buy lots of things that they need, or maybe if people give money to them, like
So,
like
so do you think if everyone was kinder to each other, even from primary school, that would help people not be homeless later on?
yes, of course,
Why did you say yes? What do you think?
because being kinder, like as an example of kind, maybe if you see someone on the street, like a homeless person on the street,
Hmm.
hi Veronica, um, if you see a homeless person on the street, you can maybe give them money if you have any money in your bag.
Yeah, but what about when they're at, yes, nice, but what about when they're at primary school? Because we see a lot of bullies or girls that are unkind to other girls, and you know what I'm talking about. So when we have lots of people that are kind of unkind to each other and they grow up and they still are unkind to each other, is that useful?
No, of course not. 100% not.
So if you had a magic wand and everyone was kinder to each other, how would people be with each other other than kind?
Very resilient,
Very
kind,
kind,
honest, and respectful.
honest, and respectful as well. I like that. So if everybody was resilient, kind, honest, and respectful, what kind of a world would we be living in?
A magical world with lots of kind people.
So do you think parents teach their children enough to be kind, respectful, resilient?
Uh, Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Because parents might not be might not be a very good role model to them, or they might be a little bit they might be very, very, very rude to them. But some parents, they could be teaching like children like how to have all the five values, which is kind, respectful, honest, and resilient.
Okay. So if everyone was to teach their children those values, what difference would it make?
It would make the world amazing with no littering and no being rude to each other, no stealing, and no bad things happening to anyone.
Okay, so what three things, what top tips do you want to give parents?
Always be a good role model to your children. Never be rude because um, children could get that from you and then start doing it to other people. And also, if you have money, you can send it to charity or give it to a homeless person that might be sitting on the street next to you. And and then and then always be kind, honest, respectful, and resilient, because that can make a magical world.
Oh, I like that. I really like that. So, to all the parents that are listening out there, you've heard it through the eyes of Talya what to do. So, one more time, what are those values, Talya?
Kind, respectful, honest, and resilient.
And if the parents can't do that, then how do we expect the kids to do that, right?
Yeah,
So, I'm your mum, right? Am I all those things?
yeah,
You can say if I'm not, it's
you are.
okay.
You're not. Sometimes you're not if something bad happens.
That's true. Let's be
You're
honest.
always
Yeah.
shouting
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes I can shout. That's true. That's true. That's not wrong. But yeah, you've heard it through the eyes of Talia. So hopefully next time, Talia, you will be interviewing, I think, Uncle Joe.
Yay!
Are we interviewing Uncle Joe next time?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mummy's not here next week. So the week after, we will be interviewing. And who is Uncle Joe? Introduce everyone to Uncle Joe.
He's a really great uncle, and sometimes he drives us to my mum's office and his office. So so we can walk to school together, or maybe ride on a scooter to school together. And sometimes when my mum's taking me to school, he sometimes comes with us.
He
But
does.
yeah, but sometimes you tell him not to come because he doesn't really bring a coat.
Yeah, we don't want him to get ill, do
He's always in a t-shirt.
we? And then we're going to interview Veronica and Jason and Nicole. We're going to interview everybody, aren't we?
And Arena and Kira
And
as well.
Arena and Kira, and maybe even Tara. We can ask Tara. We can interview lots and lots of people. So for today, well done, Talya. Today was your first time on FBS Chat through the eyes of Talya. So you've done an amazing, amazing job. And so what we're going to do now is we are going to wave and say goodbye. And then
Goodbye.
we will join you guys again in a couple of weeks.
Bye bye.